I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I carry on with the pictures on my main profile. To make you stay.
Well, he knows all the surprises each year. That now, after the first birthday, I made him paintings. So every year I try to come up with something new to give him, since he enjoys my artwork, and he's like, oh, let's keep this tradition. So the one thing that he sometimes surprises, he took me to Alcatraz when we first moved there, because he's like, he wanted to surprise me on my birthday, but we didn't get the chance. It seems every month there's something that he's celebrating, because there's so many anniversaries now, and he remembers so many dates that it's like, I don't need a calendar, but it's a shame sometimes I don't remember, but I can rely on him then when he's like, we've been here for 8 months now. So he celebrates like every little moment, and it can be through little gifts, like something from the books that he'll bring back, or even some jewelry that he would bring, a necklace from the Netherlands, especially the little windmill one he gave me the last time he went to the Netherlands.
Todas están pendientes a ti, pero tú puesta pa' mí, haciendo que me odien más, porque todos te quieren probar. Lo que no saben es que no te dejas llevar de cualquiera, y todos te quieren probar. Lo que no saben es que hoy yo te voy a buscar. Dile que tú eres mía.
After I told my mom and before I officially proposed to her, it's customary there to ask her father, the bride's father. So I just called her father while she was there with me. I didn't tell her, of course. And I spoke to him. I said, I've been dating your daughter for 2 years, and I've met you a couple times. What do you think about me? And I would like to officially get engaged to her. And yeah, I was a little nervous, of course, like every person would be to talk to their future father-in-law. But I think it went well. He's a pretty, he worked in the US Navy there, and he's a pretty good gentleman actually. He's pretty stern outside, but he's very good inside. So there was no hiccups or any, shockers for me there. Yeah.
mom, she's been having a lot of health issues, so nowadays it's hard for me to really talk with her anymore. So for me, that's been harder, because in my life she was just kind of there, always helping and just kind of letting us do stuff and allowing me. Pretty much she was the yes, and my father was always the no. So my father, he's always been there. He wasn't always big on driving places and helping in that way, but he showed his kindness even at our wedding, helping back home, like setting things up. We didn't ask him to do it. He just kind of does it when he feels like it.
So hi Mr. and Mrs. Brenneman, I would like to thank you for raising your daughter for 28 years, and you've given her good, trained her well in terms of how to maintain herself, how to care for others, how to care for people around her and people's stuff around them as well. She is very precise when it comes to little details in life, like turning the lights off before you go out, or every little detail, or even paying attention to detail. That's very nice of her. And that she's open for other people's cultures, that shows how good you've raised her. So I'd like to thank you very much, and thank you for your daughter as well. Thank you.
बस अपना अपना लागे, ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है। आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, आजा।
Well, I didn't get to spend much time with my brother and sister-in-law when they moved back. I've seen that he's been different since he had his daughter, my niece. But I think I'll miss kind of being there to be the aunt who spoils the niece a bit, because she's my first niece. And my parents, I'll miss the interactions that we had as far as that. At the time, I miss having my dog that I had lost recently, so that was a little bit harder. But when we left home, that was really upsetting, because I had to leave her after having her for almost, she was almost 16 years old by the time we left, so she was getting pretty old, so he knew that was a bit of a blow, knowing that I missed her, and my father and my mom would try to show her in the videos to me. So I think miss most about home, not just family, probably my friends, because I'm in a whole new town where I don't know anybody, so it's not like Los Angeles, San Francisco, I know no one, so.
जगर जब तेरे रास्ते जाऊं, मैं याद रखूं तुझको रसिया, मैं किसी को याद न आऊं। ये मौसम मिलने का है, फूलों के खिलने का है। आजा रे मोरे सैया, आजा रे मोरे रसिया, आजा आजा आजा।
So yeah, hey Charis. So three ways in which you can survive with me in the longer run, which I hope we do forever, is one is always make me good Indian food. No matter how far I get from home, I always love that. That pulls me, that attracts me the most. Second thing is I think both of us need to work on this is hear each other out. Sometimes we tend to talk over each other. I think that's common with every couple, but let's take it slow and give each other time and actually listen sometimes. And the third is, as much as you love animals, which I don't mind, I think you should also love other people. And this is not a negative on you, but that love that you have for animals is definitely lesser than the amount that you have for humans. So I would like you to, have some of our close people, friends and family, have that much love for them as well as you have for a puppy dog, for instance. So yeah, these are the three funny things that I think you should have for us to survive this whole life.
So Mahesh, you should learn to try to trust my instincts when I say something, because I've noticed there are occasions where it's like everybody kind of pushes aside and then I'm like, I was right. So every now and then take that into consideration. Make sure to not always be so, I love that you're a proud person and that you're very confident in yourself. Toning it down at times is definitely something that would help between not just us, but helping with friendships and relations with other people that we meet, because I know sometimes even you know how much anxiety I get, how I can get angered easily. We're both a set of firecrackers sometimes in between each other. I think that it's best that we step back and just kind of take a breath before we get back into talking about things sometimes. And I know you're scared for upcoming things in our life as far as, when we get a dog, that's going to be the first test before having kids if we're getting a puppy. So just trust me. I know what I'm doing. I can handle it, and I know that we can handle it together. So just trust in me when I say that I can help with something. And when it comes to the kitchen, stop moving stuff. Because we have an organization. I know you have your OCD about your stuff in your room and everywhere else. Kitchen's my zone. Stop moving my stuff. It'll make life a lot easier.
Mega